This life that we are living is certainly a life that is complex and very often bewildering for most of us. We do not know exactly how we will manage our life. Most of us will live lives full of worries, anxieties, and the truth is we cannot manage all these things. Today is not to say that we can control. We cannot control the world. We cannot even control our own lives. Very often, with all our careful planning, things just turn out the other way. So, in the face of such a situation, how do we actually manage our own life? What is the attitude that we should have? We can never comprehend the work of God from beginning to end. This life is basically a mystery, and it calls for us to continue to be open and to surrender ourselves to the mystery of this world. That does not mean to say, therefore, that there is no control. I think it's very important that even though we recognize that there are natural forces and natural laws, so to speak, placed by God, there is a certain amount of control. It is not to say that we have no control. We don't have absolute control. That is true. But there are certain things in life based on natural law, for example. So even things today that we do, when we abuse nature, nature will hit back somehow. Maybe not now, later on. This is like the ecology system. We abuse the forest, we pollute the air, and we will suffer the consequences if we don't respect natural laws. But having said that, we don't believe in fatalism, in the sense that it's not everything is therefore destined and that it's going to be like that. The truth is that God also can intervene. The whole passion of Jesus and his resurrection is to tell us that precisely God is in control, not man. Man thinks that destroying Jesus, killing him, that will be the end of him. And yet, unknowingly, it was the death of Jesus that brought about these possibilities of proclaiming the good news to all creation. Sometimes we look at our lives and we are worried, we are anxious. Always remember this, God is in control. We don't have to be too worried. What is important, therefore? We must dance with the Lord. So I think it's a question of how we dance with the world, how we dance with the situation. There will be a time for sorrow. That is part of the process of life, process of growth. So I think it's a question of how you learn to dance. And if you are able to dance and to take life in a stride as it comes, I think life would be quite interesting, and life is not so difficult. Yes, we will have sorrows, but that is part of life. We will have sickness, that is part of life. I mean, we cannot avoid all these things. But of course, we try, according to the situation, we are responsible being. We try to do our best, but after you do your best, leave it to God, because God has a plan. We just trust in his plan. And somehow, I can tell you, when you look back at your life, you say, thank God, I managed to finish the race, that he has guided us all the way.